Hi everyone, so today we're talking cuts for curly hair, and I get tons and tons of requests about this type of subject all the time, and I did do a video about kind of the best cut in my opinion a while ago, but I just wanted to kind of talk you through some information and some kind of little tips and tricks and things that you've asked me along my time on YouTube regarding cutting curly hair. So obviously with curly hair it's very scary to have it cut because curly hair is so temperamental anyway, and if you've got curly hair you'll know that we kind of spend most of the time being unsure about what our hair is going to do next, and it is a little bit agonizing in a way. So having it cut is just another big step and another big decision that you have to think about and hope and cross your fingers that it will go good. Go good? Bad grammar? Go well. But it's something that very often, because people don't want to do it, they put it off, and then your curls kind of lose their vibrancy. And I think that obviously when I first started out on YouTube my hair was much shorter. My hair is much longer now, and I know so many people message me all the time saying that they liked my hair better in the earlier videos, that it looked much nicer and that kind of thing. And in a way it did look nicer, but in a way I like it longer as well. It's just very much kind of a personal thing, and I just feel like there are different ways of wearing your hair when it's curly, but not as many as obviously if your hair was straight, and this is just kind of how I like wearing it at the moment. I'm not 100% happy with how my hair is. I feel like the weather at the moment is just making it be really kind of soft and weird, but generally I like it the length it is. But when it comes to cutting your hair, one of the main questions I get asked is, how do you wear your hair when you go to the hairdressers? This is a really funny question to me, but I suppose a lot of people have it. And the thing is, you need to wear it how you'd always wear your hair. So there's no point in kind of blow drying your hair and making your hair look totally different just to go to the hairdressers, and then the hairdresser's not going to see and not going to know how you wear your hair on a normal day. The hairdresser needs to be able to see what your hair's like, see the natural texture of your hair, see kind of what you would do on a day-to-day basis, and then they're going to be able to recommend something for you and recommend something that will be the best solution for you and kind of the easiest and will work the best for you. So that's something to bear in mind. Wear it as you would wear it on a normal day. Don't do anything different to your hair. Another thing is, do you always get your hairdressers to blow dry it after they've cut it? I don't know if everybody knows this, but when you go to the hairdressers, if you've got curly hair, after they've cut it, so instead of getting it blow dried, you can get them to dry it with a diffuser. It's much nicer if someone else dries your hair with a diffuser. If I try and do it, it kind of goes a bit funny, but it's very easy and most hairdressers will do it, and it's cheaper than having it blow dried as well. So if you want to kind of see what the curl's going to look like rather than just have your hair blow dried after it's been cut, ask them to dry it with a diffuser. They always will. I've never had any problems with it. Then when it comes to picking a hairdresser that's good with curly hair, it's very difficult, and the only suggestion I've got is to ask around and maybe find somebody in the street that you see that you think has got really nice hair and go up to them and just ask them who cuts your hair, and they're not going to mind if you just ask nicely kind of thing. But it's the only way of doing it, really, kind of going by recommendation, where you can just book an appointment, explain to your hairdresser that you've got very curly hair, therefore you have this, that, the other problem, and have a consultation. Most of the time the consultations are free, so you can go and have a consultation and see what you feel comfortable with, and then if you don't feel comfortable with it, then just leave and go and see another hairdresser. You will find someone that you feel comfortable with. Then another thing is cutting it at home yourself, which is quite a controversial topic, and I have cut mine quite a few times, and I don't really want to mention it in a video because I'm not a professional hairdresser and I don't want anyone to cut their hair and then blame me for ruining it. But that's the kind of the reason that I like to cut my own hair sometimes, is because I feel like if it goes wrong, I've got no one to blame but myself. If it goes wrong and someone else has done it, then that someone else is going to be in trouble. But if I've done it, I can only blame myself, so it's not really too big of a deal, if that makes sense. That's kind of my warped psychology. But I think the easiest way to do it, there's loads of videos on YouTube, but to be honest, I just feel like you should just kind of go with what feels comfortable for you. So sometimes I'll give it a little trim when it's wet and straight, and just to kind of trim the dead ends off. But what I've done recently is cut it when it was dry and curly, and just kind of taken each individual curl and just given it a little trim, kind of going downwards, so it's a little bit layered. And I just did that all over, and it has made a difference. As I said, my hair is just being really soft and weird, and I know that a lot of people sort of think, you know, soft hair is good, but when you've got curly hair it needs a bit of grip, and mine is just so soft that it kind of just doesn't ever want to be properly curly. I don't know, it's weird. I swear it's the water here as well that does it, because my hair doesn't act like this in different climates. But yeah, another really popular question is to cut your hair. If you cut your hair, how often do you need to cut it? How often do you need to trim it? I don't believe in trimming your hair really that often. I think that as soon as you feel like when you're brushing it, your brush starts snagging on the ends, then it's time to trim them. If your brush isn't doing that, there's no reason for you to cut it. There's nothing wrong with your hair. That whole concept of kind of cutting it every 3 weeks or whatever it is, every 3 months, I don't necessarily believe it's for everybody. For some people it might work great, for other people I don't think it would work as well. So that is something that you should bear in mind. But that is it for this video. I just wanted it to kind of be a little bit of a chit chat type of thing when it comes to cutting curly hair. And if you've got any other questions or that kind of thing, video requests, then definitely put them in the comments below. I know that a few people are going to say, can you do an updated hair video? Yes, I will be doing an updated hair video when I'm liking the products that I'm using and I feel like they're making my hair look good. Right now I don't think my hair looks good, so I don't want to talk about products that I don't think are really doing it for me. So as soon as I'm a bit happier with it and I'm liking the products that I'm using, and I'm always chopping and changing and trying different things, then I will definitely make a video about it. But until then, hit me up with any other kind of requests or questions you've got about this topic, and I'll see you soon. Bye.